All right, I'm going to walk you through a hip car. Okay, this is one of my favorite hip exercises. What it does basically is work your hip through an entire range of motion and make sure that our muscles are being used at every single piece of that range of motion. Okay, so if you can grab a chair, that's helpful, but you can hold a counter, or if your balance is good enough, you can just balance. But I'm going to show you with the chair. So we're going to work on our right leg with this one. Um, so I'm going to put the chair up against my left side. I'm going to brace into it, and then I'm going to keep that left leg as still as possible. Okay, I'm going to fire my glute really hard. I'm going to fire my core really hard. I want everything that's not this hip to be like it's set in stone. Okay, so we're going to start there. Okay, and then with this right leg, we're going to come up as high as we can, and we want to make sure we're not compensating. Sometimes people will like tilt or do move through other joints. We want just as much hip movement as we can. So if once that feels like it's not moving anymore, hold it there really tight. Okay. Okay. From here, you're going to drive your foot up towards the ceiling. Nice. I feel a nice, good squeeze all through the front of my hip here. Okay. And then we're going to turn it to the outside like this. Okay. And then this is the hard part. We're going to keep that foot up and our knee up as high as we can as we drive it back behind us like this. Okay. And then from here, we get good glute squeeze. And then I'm going to come together and squeeze my legs together. Okay. And then we're going to reverse that. So we're coming back and out and up and around just like this. Okay. Awesome. One of the most common faults we see with this is as people are going backwards, they kind of extend through the back. So again, we want to make sure the core is nice and tight. And then we also see as people are coming out to the side here, which is usually the hardest part for people, the leg will kind of drop. They're not pushing it up as high as they can. So make sure we keep it up. And then people will kind of lean their body away to make it look like the hip is moving. But if we keep everything nice and still, like we mentioned, that even if it doesn't move very much, we're just trying to move as much as that hip will let us. Okay. But that's the way to get the most out of this exercise. I hope this helps, and reach out if you have any problems.